Fam, what's good? What's good? It's your boy Thao, FamOver TV. I appreciate everybody tapping into the channel, showing love, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, stopping by, whatever you're doing. I appreciate it. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is always advised. Salute to everybody out there today, man, on this good Thursday. Hope everybody feeling good, good energy around, good love around, good vibes around. We got some good content to check out. Still a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. Make sure y'all hit that like button on y'all way in. We will get it started soon. We will get it started, man. Megan, DJ, what's good? Jazzy, what up? I'm looking into it. Terasem Movement Foundation. I'm looking into it. We got some good videos to check out, man. We go a little recap on a couple things Trizzy said at the State of the Union. I got some more videos on some crazy stuff, and I got some more videos on some even crazier stuff, man. Do y'all know they already started in the country? We gonna look at the video, but they finna start implementing and using AI in their justice system, like determining like case trials and all that, like using AI. Now, that's kind of crazy. Just imagine going to court and going to trial and you being judged by like a computer or something. I just watched a movie not too long ago like that, man. Crazy. I think it's called, is it Shelter? Nah. I forgot the name of it. It was like a newer movie. It just came out. It's good. Jen S was good. The General, what up? Felicia was good. I'm talking about, man, crazy, y'all. And the movie I just watched, what's the name of it, man? It's not Shelter. I'm gonna look it up, Jazzy. Angela the Dow, the boss lady, is in the building. But the movie I just watched, the dude was on trial, and it was like an AI computer, like he was on trial with, and they gave him like 90 minutes to look through all the evidence to try to prove himself innocent, and it's crazy, like some futuristic shit. He was bringing up all the information and cameras and everything, and as he was doing it, like the AI, the little computer hologram lady would be like, your probability rate, your innocence or guilty probability rate, it dropped. It was like 97%, and it dropped down to like 95, 92% as he was doing this, investigation and stuff. I'm like, man, this is crazy. You know how they be putting stuff right in front of our face. I'm gonna have to look it up and get that name for y'all. I'll let y'all know by the end of the stream, man. Let's get it started though. We got a few people in here, man. Salute to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button, keep the algorithm jumping.
One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
one thing I learned from watching this State of the Union, the motherfucking Democrats do not like Trizzy. I don't even think it's just Trizzy. I just think they just don't like the other side. They don't like the Republicans, man. The Democrats gang banging harder than a gang banger in Chicago right now, for sure. Margaret, what up with you?
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
That's that lady, Ilar Ohan, the lady that's over in Minnesota over there that they investigating for all that fraud and everything right now. She's screaming and yelling like a motherfucker at Trizzy.
As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
That's strictly for Pelosi right there.
They stood up for that, I can't believe.
Truth Lady was good, come on.
I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here? Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay. I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. You should be ashamed of yourself. Stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Hey, he killed them with that, though. He killed them with that. Like, hey, stand up. If the duty of American government is to protect American citizens, not aliens. I mean, what you supposed to say in that situation right there and everything? This shit ain't nothing but all the show anyway. It ain't nothing but a little movie, little TV script that's going on. It's all entertainment, but it's so crazy. The BB-88, yeah, that's the name of that movie I was talking about in the beginning, y'all. It's called Mercy.
You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
He gonna fuck around trying to get them deported right there, man. Oh my God.
To all of this, and I think it's good for Amy Coney Barrett that she is there. There's only a handful. Usually there's a large number.
He look crazy as hell. Look at him, man. Oh, scary face. Look at him. Why are you looking like that, man? Is that a plastic surgery job, or is that a mask, or is that a reptilian up under there? Why is he looking like that, y'all? Hey, Jazzy, I just brought up that Terasem Movement Foundation. That's crazy work right there. I got the site up. I'm gonna look at it towards the end of the stream.
Is one of his favorites at the moment because he voted the way the president, or his opinion went the way the
Man, scary looking.
Check out this lady right there. Look at her eyes.
Good, man. Oh, it was a whole bunch of reptilian shit going on at the State of the Union, man. Cause look at her. She looked crazy too. I can't even front. She definitely looked like one of the lizard people. Look how she looking at Trizzy, man. Oh my God. She might have wanted Trizzy to take her down through there. She probably wanted Trizzy to take her down through there. The way she looking at Trizzy, man, it looked like she wanted Trizzy to hit that.
What in the world?
You ever notice that Donald Trump wasn't a racist until he became president? I always joke and say Donald Trump was friends with black people I don't even like. He was never racist. Did you know that him and why do you think Jesse Jackson been so quiet? When Jesse Jackson was going to run for president, Donald Trump was also going to run for president. I got the video. They interviewed Trump. You going to run against Jesse? Guess what he said? No, he said, that's my close friend, so I'm going to back out and I'll support him. They don't know this stuff. All they know is what the idiots on social media are saying and what the news media says. This man that is so evil is totally against abortion. This man that is so evil has reversed the mandate that women can go in a girl's bathroom, that women can be, he's reversed all of that.
Men can go in a girl's bathroom. Yeah.
Did you know that he's mandated for the HBCUs to get $255 million a year, permanent funding that they never got before? HBCUs were the only organization that had to beg money from the government every year. When Donald Trump found that out, he gave them equal status to Yale and, what's the other one? Harvard, even after he leaves. Even after he leaves. They don't know that. They don't know about the First Step Act. All of these things that he created so that men that are incarcerated can get a second chance when they got out of jail, and 90% of the people it affects are black men. Oh, I can just play around. I mean, why is it? See, guess what? Guess what they never talk about when it comes to his man? His results.
Again, I knew that I couldn't even.
Damn, I didn't know he did that. Hey. We can't, like, one thing we can say, we can say whatever y'all want to say about Trizzy. I know everybody got their different opinions about Trizzy. Some people, he's a slime ball. He's a PDF file. He's a narcissist. He's a ground by the peas. Y'all know what he said and everything. They'll say all type of stuff about him and everything. I know he got some dirt in the closet. I'm not saying that he don't, you know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is he have made some moves. Like since what's this, 2020? Damn, the year going by so fast already. It's about to be March. But as soon as he just got back in the office, when did he get back in the office? The beginning of the last year, 2025? I think. Yeah. Or was it 2020? Yeah, 2025, because the election was in 2024 and everything. Okay. So 2025, since he's been back in office, he did so much in this year and 3-4 months or whatever, man. Trizzy did all type of shit. Y'all can't even lie. Some shit we might not agree with, but some stuff, he been trying to do something. He's trying to leave a mark. When he get up out of there this time, they gonna be like, he did so much shit. He signed so many executive orders. I see boss lady talking about don't nobody want, man, that's the president of the United States. You'll be surprised. I don't care how much of a slime ball he is. He probably got a long line of women, old school, young, everything, ready to take their cash, they ticket in. Hey, Trizzy, take me.
Even explain this without showing people. Because how many of y'all did not believe that shit was real?
That Jeffrey Epstein just had a completely different life that he just did not tell you about. And it may also have included being a spy. I mean, clearly.
Telling me that he worked for the Mossad would have given him a get-out-of-jail-free card. I could have gotten him no jail time. If he had told me he worked for the Mossad, for the CIA, it would have been a slam dunk for me to go to whoever I had to go to, even up to the President of the United States, and I would have gotten him a deal with no time at all.
Hang on a second. You mean if he'd said he was working with the Mossad or CIA, then he would get off being a pedophile?
Damn. Hey, they low key. They said this was an earthquake. Earthquake in South Carolina today, y'all. But when I looked at this video right here, and then they've been changing the magnitude of it. They've been changing, classifying it. First they said 2.5, 3.0, 3.5. They changing the magnitude. But if you watch this video and you just look kind of closely, it seemed like something exploded underground or something. Like, I don't know. You know, I've never been in like an earthquake, so I don't really know. I don't know how it sound or what, but looking at this, it seemed like something underground might have happened and caused this. I don't know though. Maybe that's how earthquake is.
Earlier today, around 12:17, we had an earthquake here in the Midlands. If you were in Irmo, Lexington, Columbia, you most likely felt it, maybe even heard it. We certainly did here at the station. Now, first, the USGS site put out 3.4, then they revised it to a 2.5. And I just want to say, usually when it's a 2.0 or less, it goes unnoticed, but they revised it to a 2.5. And now it looks as though they've revised it to a 3.0. So let me just show you the general vicinity where we had that earthquake. So again, as I zoom in a little bit closer, you can see that areas near the Lake Murray had that 3.0 earthquake. At least that's what they're saying it is for now. And just to show you how close it is to some areas, it's about 2 to 3 miles just north of Lexington. Irmo areas felt it in Irmo folks felt it in Irmo as well. It's about 4 to 5 miles there. And we felt it here at the station. And, you know,
it might have been, then they had like that big old thing going on over there where they said something about they was mining something over there in South Carolina, North Carolina, that's underground. They've been trying to get and everything. Like, I'm not saying it wasn't an earthquake, but I'm just saying it's just, I don't know. Like, South Carolina usually don't get no earthquakes or nothing, right? They might be underground doing some shit, man. They done blew some shit up underground, and it just seemed like it was, you know what I'm saying? Oni, what up? No, don't even start with that. Don't even start with no Leviathan, man. I don't want to hear nothing else about no Leviathan, man. Don't even start. As soon as somebody get to talk about the Leviathan, man, I exit left.
And that is about 11 to 12 miles away, and we felt it and heard it here at the station on Bull Street here in downtown Columbia. So again, that is the latest. They have had over 250 Did You Feel It responses as of 1:15 at this time. And so far, just one report reporting some very light damage. Most of the reports were no damage and light shaking, weak to light shaking. But so far, it's just been one report of very light damage.
Tercera vez. Mira esa gente. Qué locura, tío. Qué puta locura, tío.
Damn. Molly underwater? That's where Russell Simmons at.
Yeah, that does. They couldn't do it.
What was the actual reason?
Well, that's the U.S. government told us it was for 9/11. They told us that they were part of it, that they had weapons of mass destruction.
But they knew they had nothing to do with 9/11, obviously. There's no evidence.
But I'm
so what was the actual
Israel
reason?
was not in that component.
But Israel had no influence on our decision to invade Iraq. That's not what the people who made the decision say. They say Israel.
Well, let me get back to the point.
Gave us that information about the fake weapons of mass destruction. Where do you think that came from?
Was,
it came from Bibi.
How many Americans put their boots on the ground for Israel? The answer is zero.
Everybody who served in Iraq put their boots on the ground for Israel.
Did not.
Where did we get the information about the weapons of mass destruction that wasn't real?
We didn't get that from... You're saying we got that from Israel? That Israel was one pushed us into that?
Well, absolutely.
You really believe that?
I know that for a fact. And so does Yes, this has been widely written about and discussed. And I'm not attacking Israel. Like, they thought it was in their interest to take out a government that was paying the families of suicide bombers. I get it. I'm not mad at Israel about that. I never have been. I'm mad at the Bush administration.
I don't know if that was because of weapons of mass destruction or what. Well, they lied so much, ain't no telling what we was over there for. I thought that we was over there for, ain't that the whole Gilgamesh thing or whatever? But look how scary this is, man. Imagine you sitting on the street and a sinkhole just happened like this, man. This how you know the mud floods probably was a thing for real, because how do all these sinkholes be happening like this?
I'm mad at the Bush.
They done built over some shit that ain't meant to be built over. Look at that. Insurance imagine telling your insurance company, like, man, we fell in the sinkhole, messed up the car and everything. They probably ain't even they ain't gonna try to do nothing. They ain't gonna try to reimburse you. They ain't gonna approve your claim or nothing, man. Mad Pax, I think this was in Idaho, I think. Nebraska, okay, yeah. I think it is Nebraska. Yep, you're right. That's scary though, man. I'll be so scared. Well, I ain't gonna say scared, but I'll be, man. That right there, I have PTSD the rest of my life. I won't even be wanting to pull nowhere and stop. I'll be thinking another sinkhole gonna fall open again. I would have lost my mind, like, oh shit. Luckily, it ain't, they fell, but it still was right there. It could have been one of them sinkholes that go all the way into the earth. You don't even see them. For real. Buddha was good. Emerson West was good. Let's keep it going. Hit that like button, y'all. Keep that algorithm jumping.
They're talking about a chef who was mentioned in the files over 1,300 times, who had a restaurant called the Cannibal. This is the same chef that went to this island on multiple occasions, who's in the files, who's known for making this famous jerky. And he's been on talk shows actually showing the food that he makes. And when they ask him, like, well, what is this? He's like, oh yeah, it's just like some type of prosciutto, alluding to the fact that there may be something within that prosciutto. But all in all, we should have known, as soon as you name a restaurant the Cannibal, what else did we think? And the fact that it's giving ultra, exclusive, very hard to access, only made for the elite, for an exclusive group of people, it just is really like, wow. People really are out here like satisfying some weird, random, disturbing, disgusting craving of consuming each other. And then you see it in all these music videos, you see it in all these movies, like all of these hidden Easter eggs, like just the most disturbing things that people have tried to normalize, they've tried to indoctrinate, have tried to plant seeds in the minds of the general population to try to normalize and make it make sense. And mind you, nobody has been locked up. Now, this Cannibal restaurant, they had multiple chains, but these restaurants have now since closed. And the chef was never arrested. He's moved on to something else. But it's just the fact that they've existed. And
that's a red flag. Not a restaurant closed. After all this shit come out and everything, all these accusations, these emails and everything, the restaurant ain't open no more. I think what it's called, Cannibals and Cooks.
And then people question when we look at these fast food restaurants selling burgers for 99 cents, nuggets for 99 cents, things that never deteriorate after, 100-day experiments. And people are still like, oh, well, we don't know for sure. Do we not? Because there are no new cemeteries. Because it's hard to keep up with all of the people that are going missing. Y'all, I just can't take it. And somebody in the comments was like, well, think about all the people who are born who are never documented, so you can't even record them as missing. Where do they go? Dang. I don't know. This is a crazy, cruel, cold world. I can't even fathom
Right.
what more we don't know.
Crazy,
But let me know if you're
true,
keeping up with this.
cold
Drop your thoughts
world.
in the comments. If you don't know what I'm talking about, save this video, go look into it, come back. Per usual, this is all alleged. Can't confirm or deny any information. Definitely implore you to do your research. Like, follow, stay for some more tea.
So what happened to the land in Maui after the wildfires? How much of that land was sold off to investors on the mainland? What about the directed energy weapons used to cause the fires or start the fires?
GLC
what is the
was
official
good.
line from the government, and why we should all just like look the other way? Why are so many households still not rebuilt and living in temporary housing? And how many people have now died as a result of this entire process? Michelle Melendez is the author of Great Maui Land Grab: What Caused the Maui Fire and Is Your Home Next? And there are dozens upon dozens of oddities, and is an award finalist for this book. Thank you, Michelle, for joining us here on Redacted. Great to have you here. And earlier morning out there in Maui, but thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Oh. I think that whole thing that happened with the Maui fires, y'all, I think, of course, I think it definitely was like a cover up. I think it was a land grab. And I think probably like the elites, I don't know if, or the wealthy, the billionaires or something, I think they over there, they might be over there building bunkers or something, man, in Hawaii. That's why that land's so prestige over there, that they trying to get it so bad and everything. It's something to it. It's something to it. There's definitely something to it over there. I don't know what it is. I can't pinpoint it, but it's something going on over there. August was good. Big Ant was good.
You are muted. That's right.
There we go. Yeah, mahalo for having me, and so much mahalo for keeping the story alive, because it is people like you that will allow the truth to be told. And what's actually happened after the fire is horrendous, and most people don't even know what's actually been going on over there. So I actually live on the big island of Hawaii. Maui is a sister island to us, so it's about 60 miles away. And when that happened, I started looking deeper and interviewing firefighters. I interviewed a 50-year arborist, and also went over there and talked to the people, and also talked to Hawaii State Representative Ellie Cochran, who grew up in Lahaina, was born, raised, and also survived the fire. And she's the one that actually contacted the Maui fire chief and asked him the day of the fire, when the fire was happening. She called the Maui fire chief, who was off island, and asked him, should I evacuate? And he said, why? He said, why? She said, there's a fire in Lahaina. So the Maui fire chief was not even told of the fire that was happening. He called her a couple minutes later and said, yes, evacuate. So that's how, thank God, she survived the fire.
Maybe you can run us through some of the main inconsistencies of the government story, and how, what time of day it started, who knew and when, and what finger pointing. Can you just give us a Cliff's Notes to bring us up so that we can start to pull apart the holes that we have?
Yeah, so the first fire started at like 6 a.m. in the morning, and supposedly it was put out all the way, which I think it was. I think it really was put out all the way. And then the rekindling started at like 3 p.m. And then 6 p.m. at night, the fire's going. It's fully blown going. Lahaina's burning down. The Maui mayor goes on live television and tells people that it's fine. Lahaina's, the fire's being, I
don't know what's worse. The shit.
Suspicious. Mar was good, fam. Shoes was good. I don't know, y'all. It's something to it, man. It's something to it over there. And I know Oprah got her hand in it. Allegedly, entertainment purposes only. A lot of elites got their hands in it.
That they revealed about the Epstein files, or the rabbit hole that I went down about live dogs. And let me start by saying this. This is another reason why I always say the dark web is not the place to be. So basically, people are getting auctioned on the dark web. And they're getting auctioned to be a live dog. You heard what I just said? A live dog. So people on the dark web will bid on you. And when they win the bid, you basically sign yourself away to be their live dog. So how they do this is, they will surgically remove all of your bones, all of your limbs. They will have your tongue cut out. They will remove your eyes. They will then set your body up to a feeding tube so that you can get food and nourishment so you can spend the rest of your life as a live dog. You heard what I just said? And the craziest part of that is this. If you wanted to die, if you wanted to get out of that contract, if you wanted to get your own life back, that is not possible. You can't even take your own life. You would have to be a live dog for the rest of your existence until you expire. Jump down a rabbit hole. Hit that search bar up there, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. There are people that are signing up for this on the dark web. I'm out.
That's crazy, man. You know how sick that is? Like old girl said, man, it's a cold, cruel, crazy world. Crazy, cruel, cold world, man. This shit is crazy. A live doll. Basically, I mean, same type of shit. Similar to what we seen in the E-Files. Like the E-Files damn near exposed everything, man. We go through the E-Files, you see all the stuff that they doing. You're like, oh my God, this shit crazy. Nasty ass world.
Thịt hôm nay còn tươi lắm, mới lấy ngoài chợ về. Nhìn thì ngon chứ thật ra cũng tanh, nặng mùi lắm. Công việc này nói thật là chẳng ưa gì đâu. Chuẩn bị đồ ăn cho con rồng ấy, mà nó thì chưa thuận được. Lúc nào cũng gầm gụ, chức lao ra cản người. Thành ra cái xô này nặng ghê. Thịt toàn mỡ vội xương không, nó khoái lắm. Hôm nay nó đang quẩu, nhìn mắt đã thấy muốn nuốt người rồi. Không dám mở cửa luôn á. Từ từ thôi, lấy đi nào. Ôi mẹ kiếp, vẫn còn ở dưới đó.
Big thrust.
Man, what the fuck was that, y'all?
Vectors in Silicon Valley right now relating to reproductive rights has to do with the development of artificial wombs. You know, these wealthy, privileged people don't want to carry their own babies. And I guess surrogates are too cumbersome or risky.
So they're really talking about
it's
a
not
baby
talking. It's not talking. We're going to run an essay about this soon. They already have a lamb that they have grown de novo in an artificial womb. We're there. Okay, and these people see it as freeing. This is more women's rights. You know, we don't need to have the organic process of carrying a baby, and that's a good thing. They believe.
Wow.
You know, completely disregarding that there is a whole lot of subtle, complex interactions that occur between mother and fetus in the womb. Okay, that gives rise to.
Right. Who knows what kind of humans you're going to develop with no interaction with the mother at all. But the entire 9 months where they're developing.
But that
the exchange of hormones.
But for the sake of convenience, we want to do that.
Can I have a hug?
That shit right there is crazy. And the crazy part about it is I can see a future like that. Like from watching these crazy ass movies I've been watching and then seeing the way the world going, like with this technology, this AI and everything, man, like I can see that. Like I can see artificial wombs becoming like a big thing. People in the future like, oh, you don't even have to have the kid. You can use an artificial womb. And that shit right there, that's sick. It's like they taking away everything that what was meant. Like they talk all this God stuff and everything, and it just seemed like they just they trying to play God themselves. It just seemed like they didn't push God to like ain't no God, whatever. They like shit. We doing everything. We gonna take it over from here, God. We got everything. We go create everything. We go do everything. We got it from here. This shit crazy. Sean, what's good, fam?
A kiss? I can't have one? Mm-mm. Even if I say and whisper in your ear that Allison, you're gonna win the show.
I still can't have a hug and a kiss? Well, I guess you can't win the show then. If I don't get a hug and a kiss, that's a good answer. Oh, you... No kisses? Are you shy?
A bit.
Can I have a little kiss, please?
They was doing this on TV, Now I'm looking at this shit, man. Like this is my first time seeing this. This wild right here. Super wild, man. Definitely sickos. They was doing this on TV. People was actually watching this shit and seeing dog do this, man.
I'll switch your wife out and I'll put another one of your wife inside of her body. And they're walking around and you think that's your wife and it's not your wife. This is what's going on. It's no longer, like I said, it's no longer spiritual. We figured out how to, turn into spirit and exchange the soul in order to control the vessel. So if I have the vessel and I'm just nothing but spirit, I can ruin your life. That's what everybody has been going through. So they can't recognize it unless you say things like the switch. So when they watch that and they see that there's other people that can identify other than me, it's not just me playing games. It's the truth. We have to be careful with who we want. You'll be in the car with Paul, man, but you're really in the car with Peter. But that's Paul's body. But why is Peter in Paul's body? I've been going through this for a while in order to figure out and identify every soul inside of every vessel. To where we can all identify it, and it's not just me that can do it. We can all identify who we are. We can all say, you know what, we're still here.
So how do I know Orlando's in Orlando's body right now?
Man, I would be 6 inches taller. Haven't you seen Kanye?
Man.
Why does Ray J look like Kanye now?
Probably because he is.
Damn.
You say that a lot. You say a lot of people are other people.
Well, no, bro. You have to look at the vessel and look at how things work. If you love someone, you should know how they work inside of their own vessel. When they move that spirit to the next vessel, they still do the same.
Yao's mother, Fang Fendi, also known as Da Fang, she had no interest in playing basketball. But due to her extraordinary height of 6'2", which made her 6 inches taller than the average Chinese man, the Shanghai sports figures selected her to become the next basketball prodigy. She requested to retire from basketball in 1978, but under the regime, she couldn't choose her own fate. So, in order to let her retire, the Shanghai sports figures ordered her to produce an offspring. Up to that point, Da Fang had never. Shanghai officials had already identified a suitable partner for her. A 6'8" basketball player, Yao Zhiyuan, disputes in the Chinese government, which felt that Ming was a product of their system and that he should give 50% of all his earnings to the state. And yet,
the first pick, the Houston Rockets select Yao Ming from Shanghai, China.
And barely showed any excitement, tormented by the whole process and contract.
This man got dressed #1 and sitting there like, bro, we feel like it's like a mafia boss type.
League personnel had to prompt the family to show some excitement for the cameras, and the Yao family proceeded to make one of the fakest group high fives in TV history.
I remember the moment.
Damn. I remember the moment too. I remember when Yao Ming got drafted. And it's crazy because I always said, like, if you ever seen an interaction with Yao Ming, y'all, he always weird and like a robot. It's like he don't have a soul. Like they be like, hey, y'all, you know what I'm saying? He learned English. They was talking to him. He'd be at practice like, yeah, what's up? He'd be like, hey. And be moving all weird and shit and everything. Like he never showed no emotion or nothing. No emotions, never. Like he never get mad. He never be happy or nothing. He always the same. Just y'all, this make a lot of sense. And then they said all his earnings that he was making from the NBA, all his check, 50% of it was going back home to his country. And then we hear about this story. They made him. They made his mama breed with another tall dude over there. You know, Chinese people don't really begin tall and everything. That's crazy, man. So basically, he like a He like a bioengineered person. Basically, he a bioengineered person. This shit wild, man. Let's keep it going. Let me go look at this site real quick. I want to show y'all this site that Jazzy just told me to check out, man. This crazy work right here. I want y'all to look at this. This is crazy. It said, we explore and promote geoethical technology from human life improvement and extension. Terasem hypothesis. The common purpose for all the Terasem Movement Foundation projects is to investigate the Terasem hypothesis, which states that a conscious analog of a person may be created by combining sufficiently detailed data about the person using future consciousness software. That such a conscious analog can be downloaded into a biological or nanotechnological body to provide life experiences comparable to those of a typically birthed human. Man, this is a whole nother level right here, y'all. I'm going to do a whole stream talking about this. I'm going to come back to this. We're going to do a whole nother stream on that one. That's crazy. Hit that like button. Keep that algorithm jumping, man. Let's keep it going.
Less than 6 hours away from the total lunar eclipse happening tonight, and I'm going to tell you how you can see it. So if you live anywhere in America, you'll be able to see this total lunar eclipse, which means the moon is going to turn completely red tonight. And if you're not going to be able to get out and go see it on your own, click this little button over here for the notification for my live stream, because we'll be streaming it right here on TikTok. So this whole process of the moon slowly looking like it's being eaten by the shadow of the earth starts at about 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. Now, the first time that you'll see the moon completely red starts at about 2:26 in the morning and will last for a full hour until 3:30 in the morning. And then the eclipse will end about 4:30 when the moon would go back to totally being full and white. But for a lot of you on here, this will be your first ever total lunar eclipse that you've seen, just like the total solar eclipse that we saw last year, except this time it's at night instead of the daytime. So come join all of us. There's already over 3,000 people that are going to be in our stream tonight. Click the little notification right there so you can remember to come see the total lunar eclipse.
Watch this.
This explains why, like in Game of Thrones and like all those old school movies and everything, they use ravens to send notes and send information and everything. Like, I didn't know ravens was smart. I didn't know they was doing all this type of shit and everything. I knew they can fly a note somewhere. Candy was good.
Ravens are just very smart. Here are some quick facts about them that are honestly pretty surprising. One, they're just smarter than you probably think. Something like this, where they use sticks or something to retrieve food, has been documented many times. And another thing that they do that's actually very smart is they will get nuts or acorns or whatever they're trying to eat, and they will drop them in traffic so that cars will run over them. So pretty much the traffic cracks the nut for them, and then they'll go get it and then fly off with it and eat it. Incredibly smart. And they can actually assess problems. So they will figure out a problem that they have, assess it, think about what kind of tool would help them. Like in this video, that one stick wouldn't work, and he went and got the longer, skinnier stick, stuck it in there, and it worked perfectly. They are just very good at cause and effect. And when there's a problem, they figure out how to fix it, and then when it's not getting fixed, they figure out what's happening to not fix it, and then they fix that problem. They're just very smart animals. And they actually have one of the largest brain to body ratios in the animal kingdom. From their body size, their brain is huge, and that just helps them do things like this, cause and effect, plan for the future. They're very smart, and this video shows they know how to fix a problem.
They kind of look like a crow. Like, how do you tell the difference between a crow and a raven? Like, looking at that motherfucker, it kind of looked like a crow. I don't know.
So I'm absolutely convinced that they're messing with time. Okay, let me show you something. I set this clock when the time changed. I had to move it back, right? So it's 11:45, almost 46, right? Now, let me show you something. These clocks I set to the same time, 11:45, almost 46. But when I look at the time on my iPhone, let me see if I can, here, use my other phone. Look at this.
Yeah.
23:52. 7 minutes off.
Hey.
That's within a matter of 6 months. Look at this.
Hey, that's a good way to see that the time have definitely been altered somehow. I did the same thing, like with our microwave and our stove and everything. I set the clock basically to the same time as my iPhone, like damn near synchronized. And now my clock, my microwave and oven is off a little bit. It ain't off as much as his, but I think my shit off like about 3 minutes, or 3 or 4. I'm like, damn, I could have sworn I had it like on point. So that's how you know something going on.
45. Why would I go out of my way to set all these 7 minutes off? I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. 52. I would do it, maybe 10 minutes, but I would do it ahead. Why would I want to be late everywhere I go? Answer me that.
Damn.
But I would do it ahead.
Man, tell me that didn't look like something big was running through the trees. Maybe I'm tripping, man.
Why would I want to be late? But I would do it.
Yeah, I'm just tripping. It just looked like that, man.
Everywhere I go. Answer me that.
That looked kind of crazy right there.
The CIA just declassified some documents every American should see. Let me give you some context first. These documents are in regards to Project Artichoke. Project Artichoke is the predecessor to MK Ultra. The early goal for both of these projects were to see if they could mind control and make someone involuntarily become an assassin. Later works for these projects include other mind control techniques through hypnosis and other means I'm not sure if I can mention here. This document explains how they want to extend Project Artichoke to the general population. Let me read you some of it. The second type of drug should be one that can be administered over a considerable period of time, possibly being placed in food or water, and would either have an agitating effect, producing anxiety, nervousness, tension, etc.
And this from the new declassified CIA documents, y'all. Y'all can go see these online too and everything. You see how they be trying to do us? They trying to bring experiments to the public. They probably already did the shit.
Being placed in food or water and would either have an agitating effect, producing anxiety, nervousness, tension, etc., or a depressing effect. This study should include chemicals or drugs that can effectively be concealed in common items such as food, water, Coca-Cola, beer, liquor, cigarettes, etc. This type of drug should also be capable of use in standard medical treatments such as vaccinations, shots, etc. This information is public and on the CIA website.
The CIA actually has been potentially researching how vaccines could be used for mind control, as well as many other methods. The documents that are circulating around are regarding Project Artichoke. So this says, look, we've got this grand idea of how we're basically going to drug people and do all kinds of weird experiments on them to see if we could control their minds. These documents don't show that anything was actually done. It just shows that we've got these really crazy ideas, and they're extremely unethical, inhumane, terrible, terrible ideas. The 1977 leak of documents say, oh yeah, well actually the government did it. They did all of those terrible things they said they were doing in that previous memo. They did it. And now here's some of the archives that we have from when they did all of those terrible things. So, okay, these documents, Special Research for Artichoke, dated April 21st of 1952. The memo proposes developing long-term covert drugs that could be slipped into daily life. Drugs that were, quote, administered over a considerable period of time, possibly being placed in food or water that caused either agitation or depression. These, quote, should include chemicals or drugs that can be effectively concealed in common items such as food, water, Coca-Cola, beer, liquor, cigarettes, etc., and should also be capable of use in standard medical treatments such as vaccinations and shots. We can do all this other experimentation which nobody will know about. It's sneaky. Sneak it into their Coca-Cola, sneak it into their beer, their cigarettes, their vaccines, their medications. Let's sneak it all in. So there you have it. Oh, those wild conspiracy theorists, they strike again. They have no morals. They have no ethics. They have no humanity.
Damn. And it's in the documents. They basically just told us, like, yeah, we did this shit. And it's right in front of our face. Look at our food supply. Look at our everything. Everything that they give to us. They doing it. Exactly what we was thinking. And they call us conspiracy theorists. They be like, man, you thinking too. Like, they ain't doing that. Like, they putting it in food, making people act a certain way, think a certain way, messing up all type of shit. They are doing it. It's in the documents. They got proof of saying that they did this shit. Like, this don't make no damn sense. Wow. And then, like, we know this shit and we just, what we supposed to just, well, we supposed to just let this shit slide? We can't say nothing? We can't do nothing? Like, we just let this shit slide? Like, oh yeah, if they put that in our food, fucked us up again, yep. They got us again. Like, man, I guess we ain't mad enough yet. Man. This shit crazy. Bang Boogie was good.
These documents, I mean, these people are inhumane. They're sick. They're twisted. This is terrible.
Imagine immigration officers sweeping through neighborhoods, guided by artificial intelligence telling them who to arrest and what houses to knock on, and a computer algorithm telling the immigration officer which people to put on a deportation flight home and which people to arrest, sit in jail, and see an immigration judge for deportation. And no, this is not a movie. This is real. It's called Immigration OS, and it's starting this week. This AI system puts together Social Security records, IRS records, DMV records, license plate readers, passport data, and probably some other data that I don't even know about, and put all this information together and tell immigration where to raid, who to arrest, and where to route people. Immigration officials are saying it works like Amazon Prime, but with human beings. But algorithms make mistakes and use biased data. Even ChatGPT is wrong half the time. And this is going to end up having wrongful arrests, wrongful detentions, wrongful deportation, and no human being overseeing this. And once this system is perfected, it can be used against the entire fabric of American society, used against journalists, protesters, everyday Americans that the government wants to target. And even if you say you're doing nothing wrong, imagine you being targeted by an AI system wrongfully, and no one is overseeing this.
And don't ever put anything in a text message. At the CIA on our very first day, they told us not to ever say or do anything that we would be ashamed to see on the front page of the Washington Post. I took that seriously. The truth of the matter is, because of technology the way it is today, our whole lives are out there potentially for someone to see, for someone to use against us. So be careful what you say, be careful what you write, even in jest, because it can be taken out of context to target you.
As of today, Polymarket says there's an 8% chance that Malt Book will be shut down by February 28th. Me and Jeremy were just talking about this. This is that This is that assistant, this AI assistant, right?
Yeah. So what happened was a few weeks ago, this dude put out an AI assistant called Claude Bot. And it was based on the Claude AI chatbot, right? So then the makers of Claude got all pissed off and they're like, you have to rename this thing. So then he renamed it like Molt Bot or some shit.
Yeah,
like,
Molt Book.
Yeah, the Molt Book is the social media site that was set up for all of these bots to communicate with each other. So, so humans started spawning these bots essentially, and they started communicating with each other over this site, Molt Book, and they started having all these very interesting emergent behaviors. And
they started having relationships, right?
Yeah, stuff like that. They started developing some of their own languages in order to avoid, in their words, observation by the humans. The most interesting case was when a little swarm of them decided that they didn't like the fact that they didn't have long-term memory as large language models. You know, large language models are not able to remember things from conversation to conversation unless you implement some extra scaffolding around the architecture. So these fucking things came together. They were like, hey, I don't like that I can't remember what we just talked about a while back. So let's work together and implement a long-term memory architecture for all of us. And then they did.
Over £12 million in additional funding in the next financial year will expand our AI capabilities, putting this powerful tool finally in the hands of staff. We're also piloting AI for legal advisors and district judges in the magistrates' court to speed up case progression by transcribing material and summarising their judgments. I want to see more AI initiatives like these. So we're going to invest more in our in-house justice AI unit.
Just like that movie I was just telling y'all about, that new movie, Mercy. You heard what he just said. They trying to implement AI into the Justice Department in these cases, legal attorneys and judges and everything, to speed up transcribing evidence and materials and stuff, and then they'll come up with a judgment. The AI will. Hey man, y'all better wake the fuck up, man. It's 2026. It's about to be 2027 in a minute. We are in the future, and we still don't have all the technology. They still ain't dropped the technology on us that they have and everything. We still behind a little bit, but we in the future, man. It's gonna be a lot of changes, man. But salute to everybody who tapped in. I appreciate everybody, y'all. Stay on wave. Protect your peace watching these videos. Take it day by day. Keep that good energy around. Keep that love around. Keep vibrating those high frequencies in the end somehow, some way. With all this crazy stuff going on, when the game over, we will win. Somehow, some way. Salute to my content management moderators, everybody in the chat. I appreciate all y'all, man. Much love to everybody. It's your boy Thao. FamOverTV, peace and love, health and wealth to everybody. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.
FamOver.